Hi everybody, welcome to Glow with Grace. I wanted to do a little 21-month update for my daughter Leah. She's almost 22 months as I make this, so I thought I'd better get it done. And I thought I would do a double update and also talk a bit about Oria, my older daughter, who just turned 6 years, because I haven't kind of done any video updates about her for a while. So I thought I would do a little double one. So yeah, Leah is 21 months and she is just so sweet. She just has the sweetest personality. She's so kind and just loving and caring and just sweet. She's so sweet. She, she loves Oria and she's always doing things to try to kind of help her, like she'll bring her things that she knows that she likes, or she'll kind of like organize the toys around her or something. Like she's just always trying to like help and be kind, and it's almost like heartbreaking at times. She's just so sweet. And she loves to clean and organize, which is great actually. It's really helpful because Oria just loves to throw stuff around and just go crazy, so it kind of works. It's an interesting combo. Yeah, so she always is wanting to kind of clean stuff up and organize things. She likes to move things from one place to another. Like she has these little projects, and she loves to sweep as well. We have like a little tiny baby broom, and she'll grab that, and she'll grab the regular size broom, and she'll give me one, and she has hers, and she loves to go around sweeping. Super sweet. She still loves books. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that before. We have a ton of books, and she goes through different stages of having different favorites, and she'll just go and grab books all the time to look through. She loves to make all the different animal noises and stuff as we're going through them. She loves playing with Play-Doh. There's certain shapes that she always wants to make with the Play-Doh. Like we have this little mold where you can make a little horse. She loves horses. And then she also loves to be swung around in circles. Oria was the same, and she still is. There's something about these girls, they just seem to have like a resistance to getting dizzy. They don't seem to get dizzy. They just can swing and swing and swing. So she loves to be spun around in circles, and she goes like this when she wants to be spun around. And she likes to hear the names of everyone in our family when we do that. So she's always like, Dada, Mama, Oria. And then we have to go through everyone's names as she's spinning around. And another thing, like most small children, she loves playing with water and with sand. So those are always very popular things, especially the water. If she's like not in the greatest mood, I'll find water for her to go and play in. We're actually right next to the river here where we are, so we play a lot in the river, which is wonderful on like super hot days. Or just putting her in a tub of water or whatever. She's actually got into doing the washing up as well lately, washing the dishes. And she's like very like serious about it, like she really like wants to do it properly and stuff, because she's really into cleaning. So it's really sweet. She loves dogs and horses. I'd say those are probably her two favorite animals at this point. I'm sure I mentioned before there was a baby horse living nearby, and she still talks about him on a daily basis. He's not here right now. He went with his mum somewhere else, but apparently they're going to be back soon, and she's just waiting every day. Baby, baby. And she loves dogs, and she's so funny. We were out on a walk recently, well, a bike ride actually. I take her riding on my bike. She loves that. And a motorbike went past us that had two people on it and a dog. It's Ecuador, crazy things like that happen. You'll see motorbikes with like 5 people on them and tiny children and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, there were these 2 people with their dog on a motorbike, and she just thought it was the funniest thing. And she has not stopped talking about it since. It was probably like about a week ago. Every day she wants to go out on the road, see if she can see him again. She just loves that dog. She says, brum brum bow wow. That's how she talks about it. So we're always looking for the dog on the motorbike. We haven't found him again since. Hopefully one day. I think I probably mentioned this before, she stopped sleeping in the daytime at 15 months, which I thought was pretty early. Oria stopped around the age of 2, and I was like, oh man. She'll occasionally she will sleep in the day if she's kind of got out of rhythm, but for the most part, she sleeps about 12 hours at night from roughly 6 o'clock at night to roughly 6 in the morning. And so that's just kind of our regular rhythm, and she'll wake up pretty often to nurse, maybe, I don't really know, 4 or 5 times, something like that, during the night to nurse still. And she still nurses during the day. Again, maybe about the same, maybe about 4 or 5 times she nurses during the day still. So it's quite a significant amount of her calorie intake, I suppose, still, is breast milk, maybe 50% or somewhere like that. She's doing great with EC, elimination communication, diaper-free, nappy-free, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's what we've done with her from birth. And she's funny. With pooing, she is absolutely on it. She always lets us know when she wants to poo, and we bring her to the loo, and like, that's fine. But with peeing, she's kind of weird about it. Like, sometimes she'll tell us, and you know, we'll make sure we get her clothes off and stuff, and we get her to the loo. And then other times it's like she just doesn't care. She just wants to pee wherever. Like, she doesn't want to stop doing what she's doing, and she just wants to pee wherever she is. So she's still a bit funny with that. But it's like, for the most part, she gets it. You know, it's like she just can't be bothered sometimes. And then she always tries to like clean it up herself. You know, she's very kind of diligent about everything. And she actually last night peed in the bed, and it was the first time in months, I feel like at least 3 months. Like, she's almost completely dry now at night. Like, last night was the first time in a very long time that you know, we were stripping the bed sheets off this morning to wash them. So that's great. That's really helpful. So yeah, that's little Leah. She is super sweet, so kind and helpful, and just happy. She has such a like sweet, happy little personality. She's such a little blessing. Oria just turned 6 a month ago, as I record this, on November the 20th, and she is just hilarious. She is just this wild, fun, funny, just outrageous, very energetic, outlandish person who, at the same time though, is still quite reserved around people who she doesn't know well. You know, around the people who she knows well, she's just an endless kind of clown and like source of amusement, and very like funny, like very clever and intelligent and funny. With people who she doesn't know very well yet, she is still quite cautious, and you know, she really kind of takes her time and wants to like check them out and stuff before she really kind of reveals her wild side. It's taking less time though, definitely, for her to warm up to people. About 15 months ago, we started to join in with the local children's group around here, and that has been really, really wonderful for her to, you know, make some little friends and go on a bunch of different outings and do all these activities and stuff with other children around her age. So that's been really wonderful, really rewarding. Oria, like probably most children, just loves anything new, just adventures, and she always wants to go to new places and do new things. She loves to draw and paint and color, which she never liked at all. When she was smaller, she wasn't into coloring. She just seemed to find it like extremely dull, but now she really likes it. And she loves, like, you know, colors and creating things. She's always, she has like lots of dolls and toys and stuff, and she gets nail varnish remover, and she like takes their faces off and paints on new faces for them with nail varnish and stuff. She loves nail varnish. So we have like kind of child-friendly nail varnishes and stuff, and some of them are really cool. They just come off in water. She's always like painting dolls different colors and then washing it off and stuff like that. She loves water as well. She loves playing in the river. We've been making dams and a raft that she floats around on the river. She loves to play. Two things seem to come up a lot when she's playing. One thing is she's always going on trips. She's always like packing her suitcase and going like to the beach or something. And the other thing that always comes up is presents. She loves presents. So she's always making up all these games around either she's giving someone presents or she's receiving presents. And she'll reuse like all this wrapping paper that we have in the house. You know, it just gets reused over and over again, like wrapping things up and unwrapping them. And I actually, for her birthday, I got her own suitcase. It's really nice, actually. I want one of those. Because, you know, she's always playing that she's going away places. So she has her own real suitcase now, which now gets dragged into all of the games. She started to get interested in making recipes, and she actually wants to make her own recipe book, which I'm kind of excited about. I don't know if it'll ever really actually happen, but she says that she wants to do that. She loves watching videos. I have like restrictions about how much she does that, but yeah, she loves to watch different like little cartoons and stuff. And she also loves books still. You know, we have tons of books and we read every night before we go to bed. The Magic Tree House books especially, which I'm sure anyone else with young children, I'm sure you've heard of them. Brilliant chapter book series. If you haven't, check them out, Magic Tree House. That's kind of like our main thing that we always read at this point. I also gave her a huge wooden dollhouse for her birthday. It's taller than her. I love it, and she does too. A local carpenter made it for her. It's really precious. I hope, you know, she'll have it for a long time. And so she's been loving playing with that. You know, she has all these different dolls and bits of furniture for it, especially toilets, of course. We have, I think, like 5 toilets in the one dollhouse. She loves toilets. Yeah, so she's been playing a lot with that lately. She doesn't go to school. I'm sure some people are wondering about that. She, you know, is just kind of always learning as we go along. It's always been the intention that she'll be kind of unschooled, homeschooled, something like that. And that's kind of still what's unfolding. I think her dad's been thinking about doing things a little bit more structured maybe with her. So yeah, for the most part, she's just kind of learning as she goes along, and she knows a bunch of letters and, you know, she knows her numbers and stuff. So it's, you know, everything kind of comes along piece by piece. And sometimes she asks about schools. She said the other day that she'd like to visit one for 3 seconds. I was like, okay. So, and I always tell her, you know, if you want to go at some point, that's your choice. So we'll see what happens with that story. Her Spanish is more or less totally back now. For those of you who've watched us for a while, you might remember when she was very small, she was completely fluent in Spanish. You know, we live here in Ecuador, and obviously most local people speak Spanish. And she just sounded like a local when she was really small, and she actually would try to stop me from speaking English. She just wanted Spanish, that was it. Then we went to the US for 7.5 months, during which time Leah was born. When we got back here from the US, she literally couldn't speak a word of Spanish. It just blew my mind. 7.5 months in the US not using her Spanish, and it was just gone. She didn't know what anyone was saying. She couldn't speak a word anymore, which was super weird. So she was like starting from scratch again. She was 4 years and maybe like 5 months or something when we got back here. 4.5 actually, when we got back from the US. And she kind of started again from scratch, learning Spanish again. So her Spanish, she doesn't sound completely like a local anymore, because she will sometimes, for example, use English sentence structure and just drop Spanish words in, things like that. And she'll ask me quite often how to say things. So yeah, it's not fully back, but I think she understands pretty much everything everyone says to her, and she can say pretty much what she wants. So that's kind of where she's at with that. So overall, Oria is very funny, very clever, and just non-stop energy. She just goes and goes and goes all day. She tries to stay up all night. You know, she wants to be up all the time. And if any of you have been watching her dad's videos, I think sometimes she goes and sleeps over at his house, and that kind of happens sometimes, that she ends up really late. Yeah, she is just a bundle of energy and fun and wildness. And one of the most amazing things for me is to see them together. You know, those are the moments that are just so precious to me, when they're together and they're having fun together. I mean, it brings tears to my eyes, you know, even like thinking about it. It's just so precious. Like, if, you know, they're just like sitting together and laughing about something, for example, it's just so sweet and so precious to me. And it blows my mind as well, because, you know, these people didn't exist before. Like, those people arrived here through my body, and then they're sitting there together interacting and laughing and having fun together, and it just blows my mind. I'm really into kind of genealogy stuff, you know, like, who are my ancestors, where do they come from, all that kind of stuff. And it's just amazing to me to look at them and think that they are the culmination of, you know, who knows how many generations before us, and who knows who's going to come after them. I hope that at some point they have children. Oria used to say she didn't want children, and she started to say recently that she would like to have some, actually. So we'll see what happens with that. They're still very young. So yeah, I guess that's my summary. Hopefully I've been able to throw some little video clips or photos or something in here for you, or I'll do so now if I haven't thrown them in yet, so you can actually see these crazy girls. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.